Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. First of all, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to everyone who viewed my other two videos, especially the making the table one. I wasn't quite prepared for that many views. It was something I wanted to make for myself, and I thought I'd record it and maybe help. If it can help one person, then it was probably worth making the video. But at this point in time, I think we've got over 1,000 views. Helped in no small part. Thank you to the Mantic guys as well, who definitely shared it out there and added it into the Kickstarter email. Thanks to everyone who subscribed to the channel. I think I set myself a target of 10 subscribers by probably middle or end of next year, and at the minute we're sitting at 37, I think it is. So yeah, hopefully let me know what you think of the new videos, and tell me what kind of things you want to see as well. If you guys are watching it, then I'm happy to go ahead and make stuff for it. So today's video, what I wanted to do is I wanted to make a little bit of scenery, really. Just think about the things that are in the box that you get with the Kickstarter that come on card. I decided I would make a little tent. So this is the finished article here, and what I'll do now is I'll take you through it step by step on how to make it. Any questions you've got, guys, please just drop me a comment in the video. Please remember to like, please remember to share this, please remember to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and we'll move on to the video now. Thanks. So to make this tent, we're using some cardboard here, and the measurements for the cardboard are 16 centimeters wide by 12 centimeters deep. And the card I've used here has just been, it was actually the box that the Walking Dead was boxed in, the outer case, but I've also made another tent as well using cereal box. So any kind of card you can get your hands on, really, will probably do the job. So here I'm just marking it out there. I've put a little diagram in the corner there so you can see the dimensions, but if you want to pause the video at any point, go back and check things, and you'll see all those sizes. And if anybody wants any help with it, just let me know. Here you can see that basically to get that sort of 5-4-3 triangle at the top there, just measure 4 centimeters from the top to the side, measure 3 centimeters, the other side should then measure 3 centimeters, and the width of it is 5 centimeters. So it's that, if you remember your trigonometry from school, guys, that's that 3, 4, 5 triangle there. So cut it out, and we're left with that shape. The next stage here is that to get sort of some kind of texture to it, what I've used here is just a baby wipe, wring it out and let it dry on the radiator. Just be careful which ones, if you're going to go out and buy them, just be careful because some of them have little teddy bears and stuff imprinted on them, so I wouldn't recommend going out and getting Huggies ones, but I think you tend to find that the cheaper supermarket owned makes are all like this and just blank. So just put your template on, draw around it, and then cut it out. And when I cut it out, you want to cut just slightly outside of those marks so that basically we can trim it off later. It'll just stretch over the top of the frame of the tent, and that way we can trim it afterwards and we get a nice clean cut. I also drew around what is at the base of the tent there. I'll realise later on that I didn't need to when I cut it off, but yeah, just cut around it. So here, just take your craft knife or your hobby knife and just score across where you've got those marks. You want to cut enough just to kind of crease it really, so it can fold nice and cleanly, but not cut all the way through. So just take your time with this. You can always score it again if you haven't scored hard enough. If you cut it off, you're going to have to start again. So just take your time and make sure you get nice clean folds. And then just here, I'm just fold it into shape just so you can see actually what the basic shape of the tent's going to be. And that's really where we're starting from. So next, I've just taken a little piece of masking tape here, just cut it off, and what we're going to do is we're going to just put masking tape on just to hold it while the PVA glue sets, because it's not it wants to spring back into a flat shape really. So a little bit of masking tape along the bottom, just trim it so that it's flush with the edges, because we don't want anything getting caught in any extra bits of material, any folds in it. And then we've just got normal craft PVA here, just run it along the edge, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to stick it into that triangular tent shape, and then just fold up that masking tape just to hold everything in place. It also takes off that kind of rough edge along the side, but it just holds everything while it dries. Then just a little bit of off-cut of masking tape there, pop it on the inside of one of the doors, and again a little bit of PVA down just to hold it, and then just fold it closed. Put it on its end there, just put my finger inside and press down to make sure the masking tape was sealed across there. Okay, then what I did was I then took another piece of masking tape and just cut it for the length of the roof and put it on there. That's just so that when we put the baby wipe over it, we don't get that kind of rough edge on the top. And here I just decided to put a little piece of masking tape on the back doors as well, just because they were kind of bouncing around a bit. So don't close the front doors up of the tent, just keep the back ones closed. And then we've basically got that finished shape, and then on to the next stage. So now we're going to take this the dried out baby wipe now. I've just trimmed off the base piece there. That was, I think, the point when I realised I didn't need it. So you get your PVA glue now all down one side of the tent. Just get a scrap piece of card and just smooth it out there, make sure everything's covered, because you want to make sure that the baby wipe sticks. And then lie it over and just smooth down one side. Same on the other side, PVA glue, wipe it down, smooth it all out, along the front of the doors as well there. And then again, just press the baby wipe down. You'll feel the glue starts to come through, so it really does start to grip on it. It gets a little bit tacky as well, so just be careful. Back doors there, I'm just straightening up the lines there before I PVA the back as well, and then exactly the same, smooth it out and then fold them down nice and neat. Just make sure it doesn't matter that you get a crease down the middle, because the doors on the tent would have a kind of a bit where they join together anyway. So just smooth it out. Then what we're going to do, guys, is we're just going to let that dry before you trim the edges. So here it's been drying for probably about an hour or two, and just take a pair of scissors, and you can see there where we've got the excess or the overhang. You could fold it round, I suppose, onto the doors, but it just looks tidier job if we just trim it off. So just whiz around with the scissors there, trimming off any loose edges, and just getting ready to tidy it up before the next stage. So there we have it now. It's all smoothed out, and it's all tidied up as well. Here I've just put a sheet of kitchen roll down. Here I've got some water inside an old yogurt pot, and we're going to add some PVA glue to that. And then basically, I wouldn't like to see what the mix is, but if you think about probably a 50-50 mix, it's really just trying to give a watered down PVA glue that we can then coat the whole of the tent in, and this will help harden up the baby wipe, and it will also just help give it a little bit of stiffness to the whole thing. So I'm just pouring it over the top, hence why the kitchen towel's there. You could use a spray bottle and spray it on as well. I didn't have one handy at the time, so just smoothing it out, make sure it's all covered. It does get quite kind of soggy and a little bit messy, this. So just make sure once you've done it, put it somewhere you're not worried about it sticking to it as well. Leave it on the kitchen towel and just let it dry in a radiator. Overnight's probably best, but I think you'll know when it's done. Next bit, I've got back onto the famous Cork tile again. I do like using this, it's really handy. And I've taken a piece of card that is the same size as the base of the tent. At this point in time, the tent was still drying, so I obviously didn't want to handle it. And all we're going to do here is we're going to just cut a bit of just draw around a bit of a rough shape to cut out, just to use as a base for the tent. You don't have to put a base on it, should I add. However, I wanted a base on it, and I'll explain why later on. Here I've just roughly cut the shape out just so I can start playing with the size of it, and I've started cutting it, and then I'm just breaking away roughly around where the lines are, not too precious about it. And again, as you remember from the making the board video, we don't want it to be perfect. If we have a perfect line on the outside, it looks a little bit odd. So we're just going to crumble the sides there, and then you're left with a rough shape for the base. All these scrap bits that's left, guys, don't throw them away. Keep them, just pop them in a little jar like I've got. They're excellent for using for rocks, for miniature bases, or for any other kind of terrain jobs we've got on hand. So here we've got the tent, we've got the base, the tent's all dry now as well, and you'll definitely feel a different and more sort of rigid to it. And here I've just got a barbecue skewer, little wooden skewer. You could use anything that you've got lying around, something similar, maybe even cocktail sticks, I guess would probably do it. And all we're going to do is we're going to make a little post just for the front of the tent. And we're just going to mark here roughly where the barbecue skewer needs to go for the front post. So just getting the pencil, just marking where it needs to be, and then we can basically just either use the pencil just to push a hole through it, or use a knife or whatever, but just be careful with your fingers. And all we're doing is we're just creating a hole for that point to come through. Okay, we just put it into place now, just roughly see where it needs to be, and just trim it down a little bit. There's not too much. And then the next job is we're just going to put a little bit of super glue around the base of it, so it'll stick nice and solid into the cork tile, and a little bit of super glue on the top as well, just to stick it to the top of the tent. We're also going to put some super glue around the base of the tent as well. You can use PVA glue, but I just find that the super glue for this part of process, it just sticks a lot faster. And then just hold it in place for a few seconds until everything sets tight. And there we have it. So far so good. We've got the finished tent there. You can see the doors open. Don't worry about any creases that come down the front there. It looks like folded material anyway. But now we're ready to go off and spray paint it. So here I've just spray painted it with the grey primer. You can see the folds down the side there as well at the front, but I'm not too worried about it. What you can also see is actually, I thought it looked a bit unnatural, those front doors just lying open, so I've just took some paper clips, taken the plastic coating off the paper clip, and just used it as the little poles that you sometimes get to keep the front doors of the tent open. I've just taken this blue paint, just again cheap acrylic paint like what we're using for making the board, and all we're going to do is we're just going to give it a kind of liberal dose and a good paint, a good full coverage. Probably have to give it 2 coats, but just give it one, let it dry, and let's see how it goes. So very quickly we're whizzing through here, and then we'll show you what we did after that. So here it is, the finished painted now. So it's had 2 coats of glue on the tent itself. I've also painted the Cork green with the same green I used for making the board, and I've got some brown paint as well that I've just given the front pole a bit of a dust in there as well, and also just dabbled a little bit on into the grass so that it looks a little bit worn around the entrance to the tent where there'll be a lot of foot traffic. And what we're going to do now is we're going to use the flock, same flock that we used for making the board, and we're just going to put the PVA glue on all the way around the edge. Maybe leave a little bit of gaps around where you see some of the brown kind of muddy section, so we see that showing through and it looks like the grass is worn away a little bit. And we're just going to put the PVA glue around, use the brush just to spread it out, and then we're going to sprinkle the flock onto it again. Well, here I am just sprinkling the green flocking on. Again, just try and use it, if you are going to use it, try and use it the same as what we're using for the boards as well, so that when you sit them down it just kind of blends in. Sprinkle it around, remember to put plenty on, because it's all going to come off, and you can recover that as well and put it back into the tub so it doesn't get wasted. Just pat it down, and here you can see I'm just tapping the base. You can see the grass is falling back off onto the sheet there, and once it's done we can just take that, pop it back, and nothing's wasted. And here we are with a finished tent. So let that dry and it's good to go. So here's a quick shot just so you can see what it's like. I did another one as well in red. I don't think they're anything too fantastic, but I think they certainly look better than the little flat cardboard pieces that you can get in the board. I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. So once again, thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for those guys that have subscribed so far. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Please hit the like button, and remember to share the video as well. Let me know what you want to see, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.